So I've taken the bark, almost all of the bark, off of this piece of black cherry. There's a little bit of a rotten knot here, but I'm hoping to turn that out. I put tenons on the end, and I'm going to try and make a water drop box out of this. So let's see what happens. I'm going to mark out where I want the biggest part of it. Yeah, I'm going to put the box here and have it taper into a drop here. So this will all be taken out. Okay, so I've got the tenon here. I'm going to take it, make the box probably about, let's see here. I'm going to have it come down like this into a drop. It may not be as long as I planned because I kind of want it fairly thin and long here. It's going to come out like that with the drop. Okay? So I have to make sure there's enough space in the drop to have a fitted lid here. So I'll probably have the lid right about here. Yeah, about there. And the bottom will be about here. I'll take that off after. I'll have this come down as round as I can. There, like that. So if I separate it there, I can start shaping the lid a little bit. I don't want to take it down too much. You can see here I've turned it around so the base of the box is to my left and the top will be to my right. You'll see in this video that I do a lot of switching back and forth from working on the top to the bottom and back and forth. I probably should have just left it the other way around and put it in the chuck with the top in the chuck, but I didn't. There's a lot of knots in this base piece, and that's what you hear the tool bouncing against. Knots are harder than the actual wood grain, so it just kind of bounces a little bit. So you'll see here I try my narrow parting tool just to define the edge of the tenon that the lid is going to sit on. But I should have sharpened it first, and it just tears up the edge. So I don't go very deep with that, and I continue parting it off with a saw. Now I know I'm going to have to bring this in a little bit here, a little bit more here to match up with this after, because when you squish it together, this will be smaller than there. Now I'm going to mark this so I get it right back in the same spot. Mark. Let's see these, that's a 2. So mark that, put a 2, and 1. That's a 1. That way I can put it right back in the same spot in the jaws. Take that off and put this in here. And I'm going to shape the top first. Then I can match the bottom to it. Okay, so what I'm going to do here, I'm going to sand this now. I might take this down just a little bit more. Yeah, it looks okay. But then if it breaks now, I can at least have this much of the top left. I'm going to try and take it down as long as I can. We'll see how that goes. Okay, so right here there's another branch or inclusion. I'm not sure what it is. Comes right out to here. So I think I'm going to just round this out and make that the top right around here. I'm going to sand this up just a little bit first though.
So here I'm just bringing the top edge of the box down to size to match the lid.
Okay, so I've got this all cleaned up again. Edge is nice and sharp. So I'm just gonna, what should I put on there? Should I put CA or should I put tongue oil? CA will tighten that up and make it really hard, that edge. Yeah, I think I'll use CA glue on there. I did want to use tongue oil. Oops. I did want to use tongue oil, but I probably should learn to make different edges on there too. Might make a difference. Okay, so I'll put this on as low as I can go, is 80 RPM. A little bit more. There we go. Okay. Alright. I'm just going to start up here as far as I can go. Try not to bathe the fumes. I am going to do that edge. There we go. Okay. I'm just going to let that set up. Turn this on. There's a little crack here from the pith. I'll let that set up. That's beautiful. Beautiful green. Let that set up. I will probably put a second coat on there, and then I will polish it with Axe abrasive paste. So I'm just going to use the Axe abrasive paste. Took like that much on the cloth. You don't need a lot of this stuff. Keep the lid on so I don't get a lot of crap in it. Yeah, that's okay. There. I'll just leave it on. It's on 200 RPM right now. I'm just gonna rub it in. This is a cotton cloth I'm using. I do not wrap it around my fingers when I'm doing this. I kind of hold it like this so that it will just pull out of my hand if something happens and it grabs. Just kind of pinch it. So at this time, I am in Canada, and, well, I'm always in Canada, but right now, we cannot get Axe abrasive paste shipped to Canada. Now, we were at one time, but Canada Post, in all their glory, has put a stop to it. But Tom and Ann Ackley are looking into being able to ship it to Canada. So if we ever get that back, if we ever get that ability back, I will let you know. But right now, I have this one, and I still have lots. It goes a long way. So I'm just turning up the speed here. Put my face shield back on, because you never know when it could fly off. And it's up to 600 RPM right now. So this is just polishing it. More here. I'll stand out of the way because some of it might fly off. I'm going to bring this in just a little bit more, and then I'll sand it up. Alright, so I've sanded it up to a 400 grit. It's super smooth. So now I'm just going to give it a coat of CA glue. I'm going to do the inside and the outside. I can get my glove on. There we go. Turn the speed off and bring it up to just till it starts. There we go. 80 RPM. I don't know what that ticking is. I'm gonna have to check it out one of these days. And here we go. There's the outside. I guess I should have put a second glove on for the inside. And look at the inside. Oops, sorry.
So there we have one coat on. That looks really cool there. Looks like owl eyes, and then little itty bitty owls underneath. Right there. Okay, so I'll just let that set up, and I'm going to put a second coat on, and then I will polish it again with Axe Paste, and I will be back to part off the bottom. Make sure there's a little bit of an undercut, a little bit of a concave there. And I'm just going to finish parting that off. I'm going to leave a little bit of a nub on the bottom to sand off by hand, just because I don't want it to tear out that last little nub. Now, we need to take this off. So, let me put this in the chuck. It just holds it a little more stable here. Okay.
So I sanded off the top of the lid by hand just because it was so out of center. And I'm just finishing it up with a touch of CA glue. So if you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe, and stick around for the final beauty picks. Thanks for watching.